All right, we're going to recap days 12 and 13 of our Roman vacation.
January 4th and 5th, 2016.
The past couple days have been real. Well, yesterday was a real whirlwind. It was so much so that we didn't even do all that much today. But yesterday was a lot of fun. We got to go to St. Peter's Basilica, and this time we actually went into the Basilica. We were at St. Peter's Square earlier on in the trip, but this time we were able to go into the Basilica, and
we went up to the dome, which was very interesting. We took Ryan Stout's advice in paying the extra €2 to take the elevator half the way, which we were really glad we did.
Because the rest of the way was a lot of stairs.
And you were walking sideways like half the time.
Yeah,
and
you're kind of like going in between the outside dome and the inside dome. So as you get toward the top, it starts to curve more and more to the side.
And there was spiral staircases that were as tiny as you can even imagine, and it just spiraled forever.
Yeah, it seemed like it was just up and up and up.
But it was a beautiful view. It was pretty rainy that day, so we couldn't see very far, but it was still amazing, and it was a really good view of St. Peter's Square.
Yeah, and we also got to go inside in the top of the dome too, and we got to see the mosaics there that were really cool too.
Yeah, and then we went inside the basilica, and it is every single square inch of that thing is a masterpiece.
Yeah, it's absolutely covered with masterpieces. Like when you first come in through the Jubilee doors, which we were able to do again, which is really nice.
Yeah.
So now we've actually, including today, we have 4 Jubilee doors that we've gone through.
Yeah,
really cool.
It was very cool.
But so when you walk in the Jubilee doors, the first thing you see is the Pietà. One of the greatest sculptures of all time.
So we were actually able to see the real one.
The real one, right.
We were so excited about the fake one that it was nice to see the real one.
Yeah, and from there it's just one masterpiece after another. Even the columns are masterpieces. It's every single thing is absolutely beautiful.
And we saw a ton of the past popes' tombs. Pope John Paul II was on the main floor, and everyone else was in the grottos pretty much. So yeah, it was very cool.
Yeah, so I guess we'll have to